oh, wait, we have to pay for these taxes somehow. What are we going to do? Oh, well, we could cut people's health care. We could cut Social Security. They are giving them tax cuts quite literally we're the ones paying for it. So it's a really frustrating thing. And that is the sort of thing that we are trying to empower people to speak about. And we're trying to empower people to talk to their elected representatives and pay attention to these issues when they go and they vote, and they're thinking through exactly who has their interest at heart as opposed to who has, say, very wealthy donors' interest at heart.
It's very clear that those in office are part and parcel to this whole problem.
Yeah.
People like McConnell.
Mm-hmm. Is he here?
Right here in the ground zero.
The majority with the Republican Party, who voted to increase taxes, fuel taxes, service taxes. They're even putting up a scholarship tax now in this session to tax kids receiving scholarships for college.
Yeah, taxes they're often talked about as this sort of like boogeyman, right? This thing that's like, oh, nobody wants to pay taxes. But taxes are important. They are our way to pay into a society. And we all need to be part of that. But we all need to be part of that in a way that is fair.
Equally.
That is absolutely right. And right now that's not the case. And when we see this, we're seeing taxes that affect those at the lower levels of income far greater than they're affecting those at the top. The ones at the top are skating by.
And my own personal experience is that I work as a contract engineer or project engineer. So I go into a lot of subsidiaries of parent companies, mm-hmm. and they're all failing, and they're failing on purpose. That way they can get a tax break from the federal government to keep people employed, and then they put that surplus and they give it back to the parent company, so they're actually making a profit.
Right.
And then the employees there have better living conditions, better pay, better safety regulations, but the people in the subsidiaries are struggling. So.
No, there's a lot of ways that corporations are using our tax code to avoid paying taxes, to avoid paying into the system that they are taking advantage of. And so there's a lot of changes that need to be made. But the most important thing is that we need to feel like we can talk about this. Because for too long, we know it's wrong, but we haven't been given that opportunity, or we've been, a little bit quiet on this issue. And this is something we need to be talking to each other about. We need to be yelling about. We need to be making our voices heard as loudly as possible. Because, there's more of us than there are of them. Absolutely.
Around the country, no doubt there are many, many stories and that you've heard. What are some success stories that you know about that we could learn from here in Kentucky?
There are lots of different definitions of success.
Sure.
What we did in following the 2017 tax bill, we saw that tax law pass. The Republicans entirely voted that bill into being. And following that, we nationally went on a repeal the Trump tax tour. We went from community to community. And what we found, we did a bunch of polling on this, and we did a lot of research, and we found that when people just heard about the tax law from what they were reading or what the GOP was putting out, they went, oh, this tax bill probably helps me. When they heard our facts about the tax law, they went, oh, this bill doesn't help me. When they heard both equally, they went, oh, this bill doesn't help me. People really just need to hear. Everyone is very busy. We're all juggling so many things. And
yes, that is so true.
So much going on in any day. So much going on politically, but, there's so much going on with, you got a sick family member, you've got, multiple jobs, you've got kids, you've got a lot happening. People don't have time to just, invest in learning this. They have to worry about their own stuff that they've got that day. So one of the things that is most successful, really, is just finding people where they are and bringing this information to them, because once they see it, they get it. There's, people are smart. They know, it's not hard. You don't have to really convince anyone or lecture anybody on anything. They get it. They just haven't really had a lot of opportunity to really engage this. So finding people where they are, bringing them this information, sharing and educating people is really the thing that we have found to be most successful. People get it when they hear it.
When are we going to get Trump's taxes?
Hey, that is what we were founded on, with him showing us his tax return. And he had said when he was running for office that was something he was going to do. Sure, of course. And now he just keeps putting it off. And they've made that request. He's supposed to hand them over, but of course they're fighting it on all things. But it's very relevant to all of the stuff that's going on when we look at impeachment and everything. I mean, the tax returns show us not just how much money he has, who knows, but it shows us who he's working for, and it shows us when he passed that bill in 2017, how much did he get from it? Was that something that
he didn't pay any taxes, I
didn't
bet.
help me.
Right? Okay, you got $5. Let's bet. I don't want you to lose your money, Reg. I don't want you to lose your money because I'm going to tell you right now, I can take all your money right now.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, just put it on top of all the other lies that have been told, right?
Seems as though we had a governor that we just kicked out.
Oh, man.
That went through the same thing of not revealing.
Did we call him 22 and a half?
22 and a half.
Oh, I called him Trump mini-me. He wanted to be like Trump so bad. And you know what? Because he did not deliver Kentucky, Trump and Mitch McConnell threw him away like he was last year's old moldy bread, right? That was good, wasn't it? Give me some. That was good when I just said like last year's old moldy bread. Ew, that's nasty.
Does that mean Mitch McConnell's just going to disintegrate when he's out of office?
Did you see him the other day? I mean, I'm not going to say really anything bad about disabled individuals. I mean, sometimes I have a crip walk myself because, my knee at 25 years old that I am.
You look great.
Girl, I'm telling you, it's some special concoctions I do.
You're going to have to help me out after.
Yeah, it's an old family secret. But, I saw Mitch McConnell the other day as he was walking through the halls about to go into the Senate, and he looked very frail, and he was limping, and he looked very
Tired, maybe?
No, he looked very, very evil, and I thought his name was Lucifer. Really, I did. I said, I wonder if we saw his birth certificate, what would it really say? It'd be like Lucifer McConnell. That's his name. So
that makes sense to me.
You agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, you can see people.
Mara. You had me calling you Myra all day long, and I'm like, now I feel all extra embarrassed. I'm not anymore, but I was for like a minute, like 60 seconds.
Not at all.
This is my new sister right here. Betsy, I'm sorry, I have a new sister. You're out. No, I have Sharon. But then, I love Betsy. Don't get me wrong. That's my sister right there. However, we do have a couple of other things that we need to do right quick. You have given us so much information. However, I want to let everybody know that not only are we sitting here in Louisville, Kentucky, home of University of Louisville, home of the Kentucky Derby, coming up in May. Make your reservations right here at the Silbox Hotel right here in Louisville, Kentucky. But also in addition to that, I want to say hi to our listeners in Australia, the Philippines, Mexico, the UK, and also want to say hi to our peeps in Chicago, Indianapolis, Athens, Georgia, Atlanta, and so many other places. If I left you out, know that we still love you. And you're waiting right now for the bill of the week. Coming up, the bill of the week by State Representative Reginald Meeks.
Thank you very much for tuning in.
Can I get that as a refill?
Yeah,
there you go. Once again, this session has started off fairly slowly.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone 2 weeks now, and just this past week that we began to kick out bills to be voted upon. I'll let you know that up until this week, we've done so little. It's almost been a waste. But I won't say that because there are many administrative kinds of issues that we've been dealing with. There are many behind the scenes tasks that have to take place with these bills. We have a wonderful staff at LRC, the Legislative Research Commission, but bills are starting to come out now. My favorite bill of this week was the bill that designated a state animal.
Yeah.
The state animal is now any animal that has been in a shelter. So,
yay! We love our animals.
We really do, and that was so important that it leaped ahead of bills about education, bills about safety. It leaped ahead and came out this week. And all of us feel very good about that.
Well, we're proud of you all. That was a bipartisan effort.
No doubt.
All right. Okay, so then we can get Trump out. We can get Trump out. He can be removed from office. If Kentucky can work together, which is phenomenal, then I feel like, hey, Washington, take a tip. We can get rid of Trump for the world, not just for this country, but for the world. And also, we've got about 1 minute right here. Since we're not in the studio today, we get an extra minute. Tell us real quick about what happened yesterday. You got 30 seconds.
Okay, we are thrilled that we got to interview 4 of the 9 candidates who want to run against Mitch McConnell in May. Charles Booker, Michael Breuer, Maggie Jo Hilliard, and Eric Rockmiller. And we plan to do many more of these events where they get to introduce themselves, and we plan to do the next one as a debate. We will continue to invite all of the candidates to come.
Oh, and that's going to be also sponsored by the Jones Report. Yes. Reggie, we won't ask you to facilitate anything. We understand you're a state rep, but you just sit in the audience and look handsome like you always do.
But we hope to do that in February, and we are inviting all the candidates. So we hope it turns out really well.
This will be one of the few places that you can tune into the Jones Report.
Yes.
It's one of the few places that the public can tune into to hear from every candidate who's running against Mitch McConnell.
Well, I love all of you guys. We love our listeners and our watchers right there on Facebook. And thank you, Mara.
Thank you.
And also our new guy right here, Mr. Corey. Yes, he's going to be calling in sometimes telling us about what's going on in Nelson County. He's now part of the Jones Report family. Because Reggie said he's okay, so he's family. Thank you, Betsy. I love you, Reggie. And we will see you next week with the Jones Report.
You're going to put yours on. This is Araya, our new intern. She's going to be helping you. This one. And look, you can use this. Friends say you can use that. Just stick it in there. Okay, gotcha.
Report with Kimberly Cecil Jones and Ann C. Tune in every Sunday at 11 a.m. here on Power 106.3 FM.